Spicy decks of the week. I know that Master Duel came out just a few days ago, but we're still covering Duel Links content on this channel. I have a separate channel just for Master Duel content. Link will be in the description if you're interested. So, like every week, every deck in this video was either a King of Games deck, a tournament deck, or had a win streak at either the Legend or King of Games level. So starting off, we have a Dracoslayer deck. This is one of the newer archetypes that came out, or at least one that got support recently. We got a few neat little tricks we can do with this deck. First off, I love the fact that we have all the summoning mechanics here, right? We can Pendulum Summon, Fusion, XYZ, and Synchro Summon. We have a number of different options for our XYZ stuff as well. Magicalibra is a Pendulum monster that lets us adjust our monster. It's also a tuner, but it lets us adjust our monster's level. So not only can we Pendulum with it, we can also Synchro Summon, and we can turn a level 8 and level 4 on our board into level 6s, which gives us access to the Rhinoceros. So going over the list, we have one Rescue Hamster. Oh, our skill, by the way, is Light Barrier. This is just an extra spell card for us to activate with the Magical Abductor. You can basically just activate 2 scales with this, flip up your Light Barrier, and boom, you get a free Pendulum monster out of your deck with the Abductor, which is pretty cool. But so we have one Rescue Hamster, 2 Rescue Rabbit. We have the 1 Archfiend Eccentric, 1 Magical Abductor, 3 Magical Abductor, 3 Master Pendulum, the Dracoslayer, 3 Flash Knight, 3 Magicalibra, 2 MST, and 2 Painful Decision. In our extra deck, we have the 1 Dinosaur Power, the Mighty Dracoslayer. You just need 1 Dracoslayer Pendulum and any other Pendulum monster on the board, and you can Fusion Summon without polymerization, so we don't need to worry about any kind of Fusion spell in the deck, which is nice for consistency. We also have 2 Ignis or Prominence, the Blasting Dracoslayer, 1 Magister Paladin, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Rhinoceros, and 1 Exabeetle, rounding out the extra deck. Next up, we have a Hazy Flame deck taking advantage of the new True King monster. I'm going to butcher this name right now, but True King Agnigmaza, the Vanisher. So we can destroy 2 cards in our hand or on the field, and if they're both fire monsters, we get a Banisher card on the board, and then special summon this to the field. There's a couple cards in this deck that like to get destroyed, Arvada being one of them, which lets you bring stuff out of your graveyard, and the other is Hazy Flame Cerberus, which will let you search your deck for a Hazy Flame card. We have a bunch of level 6s in here that special summon themselves to the board easily, or get special summoned to the board very easily with things like Onslaught, and having all of them obviously gives us access to a nice rank 6 engine with things like Potomali and access to Rhinoceros, stuff like that. So we have as our skill Beatdown. Obviously, a lot of level 6 monster deck means that huge attack boosts across the board. But we have 3 True King new monster, 3 Fire King our Avatar Arvada. We have 2 Hazy Flame Griffin, 3 Hazy Flame Periton, 1 Hazy Flame Sphinx, 3 Battling Boxer Veil, 3 Hazy Flame Cerberus, and 2 Onslaught of the Fire Kings. For our extra deck, we have 1 Potomali, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Hazy Flame Basiltrice, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Rhinoceros, 1 Exabeetle, and 1 Digital Bug Corbage. Alright, and then up next we have a Monarch deck. Now this is not a Frog Monarch deck like what we usually see. We're actually using some of the Vassal monsters here, as well as the Squire Eidos in this deck as our tribute fodder instead of the traditional Treeborn Frog. But nonetheless, I love Monarchs. You guys know this is my first ever competitive deck a number of years ago, so it's always good to see this deck have success in some kind of way, even if it's just a little spicy win streak. But nonetheless, we have 3 Caius in this deck. We have 2 Mobius the Frost Monarch. We also have 3 Landrobe the Rock Vassal. So this one it prevents you from summoning from your extra deck for the rest of the turn, but it doesn't really matter because we don't special summon from the extra deck that often unless it's Winda. But basically, you flip a monster on your opponent's side of the board face down, special summons to the field, and you get free tribute fodder for your Monarch. So it can turn down your opponent's annoying effect monsters while giving you that tribute fodder for your Monarch cards. We also have 3 Winda in here for the stall and for the powerful fusions that we can bring off of it. We have 1 Rise of the Storm Monarch, 2 Berlinif the Firestorm Vassal, 2 Aidos the Underworld Squire, and 3 Book of Moon, as well as 1 Treacherous Trap Hold to round out the main deck. Extra deck, we have 2 Ulti Apelio, 1 Ulti Petalfin, 1 Potomali, 1 Malevolent Sin, 1 Roach, and 1 number 45, Crumble Logos, the Prophet of Demolition. Cool little deck. As you guys know, I love Monarchs. Always love to see it have success. Next up, we have a Red Eyes deck. This one actually got top 16 in the meta weekly, which is pretty nice. Using Red Eyes Roulette as our skill, Pretty cool to see some of these newer skills come into effect here. But we have also a new monster, Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning in this deck. This is the warrior that we're choosing to use with Red Eyes Fusion. Usually you see people use like Amazon as Swordswoman or Attack and Defense Changer, but here we're using Blackluster Soldier. It's the only light monster in the deck. It's the only one in the main or the extra deck either. Don't have any other light monsters, but we'll send one of these to grave with Red Eyes Fusion, and once you have one in the grave, you can summon another one out of the hand real easily, which is a really neat way to take advantage of the new card that came out. But also, it's a really powerful warrior monster to have. It definitely feels a lot more powerful than Swordswoman or Attack Defense Changer at times, right? So we have 3 Blackluster Soldier Envoy at the beginning here. We have 2 Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, 3 Black Metal Dragon, 1 Red Eyes Baby Dragon, 1 the Blackstone Legend, 2 Red Eyes Black Dragon, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 MST, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Red Eyes Fusion, 3 Red Eyes Insight, 3 Red Eyes Fang with Chain, and then 2 Red Eyes Spirit. In the extra deck, we have 1 Archfiend Black Skull Dragon, 3 Red Eyes Slash Dragon, 1 Dark Arm the Dragon of Annihilation, 1 Dracoslayer, and 1 Red Eyes Flare Dragon. Up next, we have a Buster Blader deck. This is another deck that got support recently in the Fantastic Arc box, giving us a powerful trap card. You can discard a card from your hand, a Destruction Sword card to be specific, and then you can special summon a Buster Blader from your deck, and then you can banish this card from your graveyard along with materials to fusion summon the Buster Blader Fusion monster out from your deck. So, really powerful trap card this deck got. It's actually been having some success lately. This one got 2nd place in the Meta Weekly. A good job from Skillshot to do that. But also, I've been seeing some other players, quite a few hitting King games with this deck recently as well. So, it's definitely a nice card that's given them a good boost that this deck definitely needed. Our skill is Draw Sense low level. It's going to get us to our Buster Whelp early on when we need it to get to our plays. So we have 3 Buster Whelp in here, along with 2 Buster Blader the Destruction Swordsman, 2 of the normal old school Buster Blader. We have 3 Book of Moon, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Destruction Swordsman Fusion, 3 Destruction Sword Memories, 1 Canadia, 1 Floodgate, and 1 Bad Aim in the main. Extra deck, we have 3 Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. We have 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, 1 Scrap Dragon, and then 2 Buster Dragons. Next up, we have actually a deck from my teammate Curry from our Clan Wars League team. This is a really cool Dark Magician deck. So if you went into the selection box, you're a free-to-play player maybe, and you happen to get 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician, but you didn't go into it multiple times, couldn't afford to, you didn't want to, and you only got 1 of these, there is a really cool way that you can access more of them. Card of the Soul lets you add a monster from your deck to your hand whose attack and defense is equal to your life points. Apprentice Illusion Magician's attack and defense equal 3,700, so if you can get yourself to 3,700 life points, you can search your deck for Card of the Soul. And Card Shuffle, the skill, is going to let us do that. You pay 300 life points, shuffle your deck, and boom, you can activate Card of the Soul and search for Apprentice Illusion Magician on your starting turn. It combos great with the Malicious. You discard Malicious from your hand, and then you banish the Malicious, and then you get a free rank 6 on the board, which gives us access to the Rhinoceros, which is obviously a very powerful monster. We've seen it now in 3 different decks here, finding ways to go into a rank 6 because this card is just so powerful, bringing it in off the Exabeetle. So, we have 1 Apprentice Illusion Magician, 1 Elemental Hero Stratos to search for our 2 Destiny Hero Malicious, 1 Magician's Rod, 3 Dark Magician, 1 Monster Reborn, 3 Book of Moon, 2 Dark Magical Circle, 2 Card of the Soul, 1 Breakthrough Skill, 2 Magician Navigation, and 1 Treacherous Trap Hole. Our other traps all banish themselves from the graveyard, so we can use Treacherous Trap Hole even though we have other traps because they all take care of themselves in that sense. Rank 6 engine here, of course. We have 1 Patomali in here. We also have 2 Ebon Illusion Magician, very powerful card letting us banish monsters, banish cards on the field, and take care of threats. 1 Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Rhinoceros, and the Exabeetle to go into that as well. And that's it for the Spicy Decks this week. Again, if you guys are interested in Master Duel content, please check out the link in the description. Again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate the support. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day.